Welcome to Horror Shmorror, where we chop down and funk around with all sorts of freaky fright flicks. I'm Blumpkin Z Pumpkin, that's Corbo.
Call the police!
And tonight we're choking down Microwave Massacre, starring Jackie Vernon.
I feel like I've heard this name before.
Jackie Vernon was a well-respected comedian, known for his deadpan style. He was a regular on the Merv Griffin Show, but you might know him best as the voice of Frosty the Snowman.
Oh, no, I remember now. He used to live in the tree across from mine. We used to call him Jack-Off Velman.
What?
He was a sick crow. All those poor animals. I still hear the screams.
Oh, anyways, Corbo, I must warn you. Microwave Massacre is a mess of a movie. It's a dark comedy trash horror. It's often referred to as the worst horror of all time. Tonally, it's all over the place, and the pacing is horrible. So I'm gonna try my best to chop it down for you.
Excuse me, but whatever made you think that I give a shit?
We start this film with some good old Daddy-O Chumleys, know what I'm saying?
Actually, we've had to restart this movie 3 times due to those chumleys, because you had to go beat your meat cochon.
It's how I get my frustrations out. We're introduced to the hard-working, all-American Donald and his fellow gentlemen co-workers.
I have to go to the restroom.
Donald's wife, May, has just installed a new state-of-the-art microwave to boost her cooking up to that 5-star rating.
I don't know how we survived all that horrible food until I decided to do something about my cuisine.
Boy, only the luckiest of men get the hard-shell crab sandwich in their lunchboxes.
Gee, what I'd give for a good old bologna and cheese.
Oh, well, this weighs heavily on poor Donald, who just wants to satiate his manly hunger. Even the bartender at the local strip joint is tired of hearing his belly aching.
Why does she do it to me? Why?
After a few good drinks, he drives home to see his lovely wife.
Oh, it's you.
She's been slaving away over a hot microwave and has fixed him something truly gourmet.
It's all cordon bleu.
Somehow it loses something in the translation.
Romance and steamed vegetables are in the air, but Donald just can't muster up that half-chub.
Some men still find me attractive.
How should I know them? I didn't attend the Braille Institute.
Shit, fucking zinger! She got dunked on, you know? Old school style.
Donald's a simple man who just wants a simple man's meal.
I wake up in the middle of the night dreaming about food I can eat with my hands.
So the next day, he decides to pack his own lunch, but shares it out of the kindness of his heart.
I see you got the drift, huh?
Defeated, he gets tanked once again at the local cat house. Loaded off of booze and dog food, he heads home to stand up against his wife for what he believes in.
I want a bologna and cheese sandwich for dinner.
You're getting what I had, spinach.
This man has been pushed too far and starts wiling out. Dumping the vacuum bag all over the couch and destroying the living room. He goes to throw the spinach out the front door when she dumps the greenery on his head, and that flex seals the deal. Morning cometh, and so doth the hangover.
Ooh.
But there's no breakfast around, so he checks the microwave for leftovers and...
Hold the fuck on, seriously? That's the cheapest shot I've ever seen in any movie ever. She's smiling and breathing and standing. You can barely see the blood. I could have pooped the bloodier scene.
You're not wrong, Corbo. Let's just move past it.
He's in the microwave?
What's to do but to put that chicken on broil, just
Set it and forget it.
It's hard to fit a turkey in the fridge without a little carving. He doesn't want his beloved wife to spoil.
I've got to make room for May.
So he throws her nasty cooking in the trash to make room for... Oh, you dropped a piece there, bud. He wakes from his slumber for a midnight snack, but he threw out all the food.
Guess it's better than nothing.
I can sure do with some delicious trash food right now.
Hey, that's pretty good stuff. Hey.
Lucky bastard.
The next day, lunch rolls around, and for once, Donald is the big man on campus.
Hey, that don't look bad at all.
Are you just gonna let us drool here? This is fantastic!
His home cooking is the talk of the yard.
You guys really like it? Really?
This meat is a little tough and old.
But it'll be better next time.
Huh? Who's hungry out there?
And after work, he heads out to the club for a little digestif, but gets sidetracked by a beef taco. They head back to the crib together, but poor Donald is lacking the protein he needs to muster up that buster gut. She's headed to the kitchen to eat some real meat, which triggers Donald's ravenous appetite. He proceeds to pound her like a veal cutlet, and then muffles that muffaletta.
Is that your comedy degree on the dungeon wall over there? Come on, turn this shit off and eat some food.
Donald's rejuvenated and celebrates with a traditional schmig.
I haven't had one of these since 1962. But is this for after sex or before dinner?
And then he heads into the kitchen to celebrate with a traditional snack.
I'm so hungry, I could eat a whore.
I take a hammer here. You said it.
And then he goes out bowling with the boys? What about the meat?
Donald's got his mojo back, baby, and he's dropping hot zingers like it's nobody's business.
Let down your hair, unbutton your blouse, hike up your skirt, stick out your tongue, and a coat.
By the time he gets back home, his slow roast is ready to be refrigerated.
Oh, look at the juice running out of it, folks. Can you see that?
Yes, I can see that.
Oh, hi, May.
He even wakes up early the next day to go fetch some common household items.
You wouldn't happen to have any 6-foot cookie sheets, would you?
No, sir, we're fresh out of that popular size.
And then at some point he finds another working girl who he turns into a giant mayo sandwich.
What is happening?
It's time to walk off those 6 million calories, so he takes a stroll downtown where he finds a girl in a chicken suit.
Let me take you away from all this. I'd love to have you over for dinner.
And then it's back to the nest to crack her eggs. I don't know, Corbo. This movie's getting to me. It's falling apart, man. I'm losing steam.
He said he'd never had chicken that moist.
Donald's no psycho, though. He schedules a session with his shrink to try and work out his issues.
Well, the problem is I can't make love to a woman unless I eat her. By the great Gatsby, go down on her. But you don't understand, Doc. I must do hideous things to her.
If it feels good, man, just do it, do it.
And then there's another girl who just lets him fillet her? I don't know, man. I'm lost.
Who are you? Where am I? Oh my god, this movie is destroying my brain!
Oh, I ought to turn you into Velcro. Let me finish chopping down this movie already and we can go get some food. Dinner's ready, but it seems like all that red meat is finally getting to our old pal Donald. The fridge is totally packed. It's time for May to make her escape? She gets as far as the front door before someone comes a-knocking.
Where's May?
Beats me. What do you want anyway?
It's May's sister, and she's here to find out why they haven't gotten together for tea. Donald tells her she's sleeping, but she insists on checking on May. He chokes her out with a hoagie roll. He's not about to eat that tough jerky, though. So he stuffs her in the closet. Donald is a responsible man. First the psychologist, now the doctor to check on his heart health.
How about a test, Doc?
His tests come back healthy as a horse.
What's your secret? I've been following a very careful diet.
The trouble is, his old pacemaker needs a little maintenance.
You must remember, a pacemaker is like any other electrical instrument. It must be maintained regularly.
He's able to keep working construction and bring in his buddies their daily lunch.
Says several foxes disappeared last week in a small area of town. The last girl who dropped out black.
Dog me today, Donald? I love it.
And of course, on the way home, he stops by the street meat market to pick up something fresh for dinner.
You just make yourself comfortable, honey, and I'll go slip into something more appropriate.
You want to talk about pretty food?
Oh, look at
That-
the juices.
For the love of all things unholy, turn it off. I'm coming unzipped.
I feel you, Corbo. And so does Donald. He's completely lost it at this point. He's got that mad whore disease. And then we jump to the next day after work, and the boys, they want to switch it up tonight.
What about the wrestling matches at the Dome?
They got some wild chicks over there.
Sure, and I'll bring the snacks, of course.
But, Jesus Christ, Donald's gonna head down to Chinatown to pick himself up a special dish for tonight's event.
Let's just call it Peking Chick.
Frère Jacques.
The boys swing by later that evening to scoop up Donald and head out to the show when they make a grim discovery.
Holy shit.
Hey, Donald, this isn't a time or the place to be asleep.
I don't think he's sleeping.
They smell the boiling meat, so they go over to the microwave where they find what he was planning for the snacks. It turns out it wasn't the smoking, it wasn't the sex, it wasn't the eating prostitute meat, it was the fucking microwave that fucked up his pacemaker. And then we zoom in on the fridge and we see the head of May and the eyeballs light up and I can't take this fucking movie. I'm sorry. Not sorry.